Welcome to Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston, PhD. Glenn has held his doctorate in psychology for more than 30 years and is also a former multi-million-dollar consultant to the big food industry and uses his experience to help you defeat your cravings. This show will help you to focus on dramatically reducing cravings and leave the diet mentality behind, so you can more easily and effortlessly achieve your health, fitness, and body composition goals. Please remember, no doctor-patient relationship is created via this show, and you are responsible for confirming any changes to your diet, health, or psychological routines with an appropriately licensed professional before implementing them. Now, before we get started, if you haven't yet downloaded the free smartphone app to access dozens of these recordings all in one place, as well as to avail yourself of a confidential community for support, motivation, and assistance, please visit the podcast link on defeatyourcravings.com as soon as possible. And now, here's your host, Dr. Glenn Livingston.
So, hey, it's the very good Dr. Glenn Livingston. And I'm here with a very nice woman named Rebecca, who has agreed to come on and do a little follow-up interview that you could share in. So you could hear about her progress on the last one, her trials, her tribulations, her high points and low points and observations and all those kind of things. Right, Rebecca?
Yep, sounds good. Let's do it.
How did it go?
Well, I have to say that in the US, trying to commit to a meal plan between trick or treat and Halloween and Thanksgiving is more challenging, I think, than I was hoping for.
Yeah. So what happened?
It was definitely harder, just surrounded by lots of chocolate and candy and my daughter wanting to celebrate and eat a lot. And I feel like it's just sort of expected that you overindulge this time of year.
I see.
It was more difficult than I expected. But I think the insight that I've kind of had in the last month has really been how much emotional triggers are for me to binge and how it's really important for me to kind of figure out how to cope with some of those stronger feelings outside of just binging. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, I got promoted, which was really great.
Okay. That was a trigger for you.
Well, it was a lot more stress than I was expecting. Managing people is more challenging. And of course, there were some issues with some of the people underneath me. And between the stress of trying to work and then my cat got sick and my daughter had to switch daycares, and it was all kinds of personal stuff, personal stressors, plus trying to start a new job and the professional stressors. And then my family was all out of town, so I didn't really have anybody that I could look towards.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was a lot. But again, kind of the insight I got from all this, or if I could have some positive outlook for it, is just realizing that I'm stronger than I think I am. And the last couple weeks, I really had this sort of turning point where I was driving home and I was upset about something. And it was exactly the time I would want to go home and just binge. And then I thought to myself, is this actually what I want right now in this moment? Is that going to help me fix any of these problems?
Right.
I know you have that fabulous phrase that's if you have 7 problems and then you binge, you have 8 or something to that extent.
Yeah, usually 6 and then 7, but it's the same point.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
You got the numbers. So it's sort of like that. Do I really want to add this extra stressor on top of everything else in my life? The answer was no. What I wanted to do was go to bed and get a good night's sleep. And so that's what I did. And I woke up in the morning, I went, if I had binged, I'd be waking up with a food hangover and I wouldn't be able to concentrate. And this is not that life that I want to live. Maybe there is actually a possibility for me to be someone who doesn't binge anymore.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. And so have you been able to use that since that point?
Yeah, I have. Again, it's been about 2 weeks. Well, I would say I overindulged on Thanksgiving, but that's kind of a gray area. So I didn't break my rules, though.
Okay. Well, you're not allowed to torture yourself for something you didn't commit not to do.
Okay.
I find a lot of people, they don't distinguish between what's an actual committed never binge again rule and what's quote unquote healthy versus unhealthy behavior. Part of the plan to eat by design is to really be nice to yourself for mistakes you make that are actually on plan. That doesn't mean you don't make other rules to adjust your plan so you won't hurt yourself while you're on your plan, but you're only allowed to give yourself a hard time for rules that you actually committed to follow. Most of we binge eaters have had a hard enough time in our lives we could do without torturing ourselves for things that we never committed to do in the first place.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or holding yourself to a higher standard than other people do.
Yeah.
Gating yourself if you don't meet those demands, I guess.
So it's been a couple of weeks and you've been doing okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, work's still been crazy, but it's definitely been better as far as binging goes and finding other outlets for all those stressors.
What are the other outlets?
Sleep.
Yeah.
And I think we had talked in the previous podcast about reading, how much I love to read, and that is something that I've kind of let go. And I've sort of committed to that, and I found some really good books that I'm reading. So that's been very helpful. And
nice.
Appreciating exercise, and really, it's not so much about looking good, even though I do appreciate that aspect of it. It's really more about the endorphin high and the sense of accomplishment and relaxation that comes afterwards.
What kind of exercise do you like?
I go to a particular gym that has like a template that you do every day that's a little bit different. So it's primarily like running, rowing, and weightlifting.
Okay.
I actually love to run. I never thought I would say that, but I do.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, it sounds like you're making progress, Rebecca. You've got the holidays coming up now. It's just after Thanksgiving, so Christmas is coming up. Do you have a plan for it? Is your food plan too strict to get through and feel good about it? Do you need to make any changes?
Yeah, I think I need to come up with some conditionals.
Yeah.
I feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays and all of that, I need to sort of just let myself pretty much eat whatever I want, but commit to like logging everything, because I find if I'm just mindful of what I'm eating, that will keep me from binging.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's more of that association where binging happens.
So you write down your food before you eat it while you're going through the holidays?
Yeah.
Okay. That's easy enough. Particular squeal that's bothering you, or you feel confident you can get through it?
Yeah, I think I can. Again, I think one of the biggest things too, outside of sort of that paradigm shift in the car driving home, was thinking about binging, and being a binge eater has been a part of my identity for so long. It was sort of unsettling to think that I might actually beat this and be cured, so to speak, and not ever have to do this again. It sort of freaked me out a little bit because, again, that was such a part of my identity. But now my rules have sort of become habit. And it's just like, okay, this is who I am. And
not as scary as your pig said it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a period when you give up the excessive stimulation, because binging is about eating all these hyperpalatable, concentrated foods when everything feels boring and it seems like you just can't get through it. In psychology, we have a term called anhedonia, where it becomes difficult to experience pleasure in life, but it only lasts for a little while. And if you can get through that, your pleasure-seeking mechanisms, they adjust and they glom onto other things that are valuable to you, like sleep, like working out, like the kind of things that you're finding. And that process continues. If you stay with your rules, and you'll find more and more things to enjoy about life. You will find more and more ability to be present. You will find more and more things that are meaningful to you. And then as that accumulates, binging becomes more of a distant memory and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So congratulations.
The urge will always be there, but it gets weaker with time, I suppose.
Your pig says it's always going to be there. It's not really always there. It's not. If you don't take care of yourself one day, if things are very difficult, then you might have a memory or something, but it's good to be comfortable with urges, because you do have to go through them for a period of time, but it's nowhere near as torturous for as long as the pig says it's going to be. Just kind of stay with it. Is there anything else, Rebecca, that I should have asked you or that you wanted to say?
Just thank you. I found this really helpful. I've learned a lot about myself in this process, and I got to meet you, which was fabulous.
Aren't I lucky? I was a lucky one. Stay in contact. Maybe we can see you in the forums or the calls. Be kind to yourself. Have a really good holiday. Go work out, enjoy running and rowing. And is that CrossFit that you're doing?
It's Orange Theory Fitness.
Oh, God, I love Orange Theory. Actually, I had surgery this year and I had a bit of an injury, so I'm not doing it right now, but I love Orange Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. It's a cult for sure.
I'm addicted to all the numbers, and
Data, I assume, right?
I do like data. I'm a data guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, lovely to see you. Take care of yourself. Have a good holiday.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Of course. Happy
Okay.
Hanukkah. Take care.
Happy Hanukkah. Oh, she even knows I'm Jewish. Okay.
And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast of Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston. Now, if you'd like to find out more about the products and services Dr. Glenn offers to help you dramatically reduce your cravings and stop overeating in 90 days or less, please visit defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. That's defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. Thanks.